Hey there, Steve Day here, licensed real estate agent with a quick market update. Well, I tell you what, it's all happening. We've had the decision by Britain to leave the EU on the weekend, Brexit. We've got federal election coming this weekend, where, of course, if Labor gets in, they're proposing to have some major changes to negative gearing, which at this stage looks like it could have a major impact on the Australian property market. We've got the end of financial year in a couple of days. We've got the state, well, most state governments making a decision to increase stamp duty for foreign investors. Here in New South Wales, there's going to be a 4% surcharge for foreign investors on purchasing, and also a 0.75% increase on land taxes. Now, I remember last time that there was a investor tax introduced into the market for investors in New South Wales in 2003 December. It had a major impact on the property market. And what we saw is that investors just left the market. It spooked most buyers and sellers, and what we saw is properties just not selling. Now, if Labor gets in this weekend and their proposed to negative gearing does end up coming through, I think it's going to have a massive impact as well. Banks have also tightened up their lending, and we've seen LVRs, which are the lend to value ratios, go from 80% down to 70%. Which means people now are just going to have to be able to save up that extra 10% as a deposit before purchasing, which I know is going to make it a lot harder for people to be able to enter the market. And you'll find it's also going to tighten money up as well. So there's going to be less buyers in the market. Sydney now, prices have grown that much that it's just not representing good value for investors anymore. The yields are just not there. It's almost become frenzied buying or speculative buying. There's just no fundamentals there for the investors. So what we've seen is most investors have left the market now. At the same time, there's just such low stock levels. I mean, that I've been talking about that for months now, and that continues. Look, at the moment, there's only 2 houses in all of Cronulla for sale. I mean, I just haven't seen stock levels so low for forever, And what it's doing is actually it's forcing the handful of buyers that are in the market to pay an absolute premium through competition because of that low supply, but still reasonably strong demand. And there's been a couple of results in the market that just don't make any sense at all. Crazy prices. Now, whether that sets a new bench and it keeps going from there, or whether we look back in 12 months, 5 years, 10 years, and just say that was the absolute peak. I remember December 2003. When that investor tax was introduced, that was it. That was the peak. The market died from there, and it took us almost a decade to recover. We've since recovered, and we've seen some great growth over the last few years. But whether all of these things are going to come together and force the property market to finally slow up and even see some falls, we're just not sure at this point in time. What I will say is that while stock levels remain low, I think prices are going to keep going up. Sydney saw in May just over 3% growth in values, and some experts predict that growth is going to continue through to the end of the year and even pushing through into 2017. And of course, that opinion's really based on current supply and demand. Anyway, next few months are probably going to determine as to where things will head. We'll wait and see what happens with the election. If Labor gets in, who knows? Liberal gets in, things will probably continue as is for some time. Anyway, as I keep saying, now's a great time to sell. Give me a call if you want to have a chat or just get an update on values, because of course they've changed a lot over the last 6-12 months. So it'd be good to get in touch. Steve Day here. Make sure you Google us, you Facebook us, Instagram, Snapchat. We're there. Wherever you want to get in touch, whatever's easiest. I'm Steve Day. Talk soon.